Hello and welcome to Storm Swords. This is another round 1 group 2 game. This is between Break the Nexus and Ardeo Red. So, I'm going to introduce Ardeo Red as the team on the left here. I'm just going to quickly check my sound levels because it sounds a little loud. No, everything's alright. Okay, cool. So, Fluffy Milky is going to be playing that ETC. We've got Benapro playing Reyna. Mew Cow playing Jaina, Patimat, the team captain on that Rhaegar, and Jarflip playing the Diablo. Meanwhile, we're going to have Break the Nexus over here on the right hand side. I'm Jeebus, the team captain, playing that Muradin. What was it? Kelnia. I'm just going to call him Kel, playing that Karazim. We've got Winge on the Zagara. She Wymus playing the Vala, and finally we're going to have Phoenix TK on that thrall. So both teams kind of moving around the middle. We've got Zagara put down some creep, going to get cleaned up by the lightning shields. Muradin going to get shadow charged and overpowered over, going to be able to dwarf cross himself over the wall. The hook coming out, not landing. If it had, there may have been a kill on the Muradin, but not quite. And yeah, other than that, everything going down. We've got interesting compositions from both. Now, I know this was played during the Li Ming patch, and I know Li Ming was banned out. So I'll have to see how this goes. Jaina's actually going to eat a Muradin stun here. Thrall's taking a lot of damage in the top lane. We've got just kind of a bit of a brawl going on. The lightning shield coming out of Rhaegar just doing a lot of work, and other than that, Break the Nexus having to pick their fights carefully because they're just taking so much damage from this. I mean, they've got Karazim and Thrall over here, so you know, some nice heals and self heals, but they're taking so much. Stun's not landing. Doesn't really matter. Zagara's doing really well in the bottom lane versus this Reyna. He's going to take a lot of damage though, just to get those roaches down. Tap her well, and Benapro's actually, his adrenaline rush has already popped as well. Meanwhile, we do have a fight happening top, and we've got Fluffy Milk on the Stitches taking a lot of damage. He got body blocked a lot, but the Thrall was able to be picked up first. Patimat, team captain on that Rhaegar, using the feral lunge actually really well to almost get himself away, but not quite able to. Jaina falling low as well, and 4v3. Gonna have Break the Nexus take it full advantage of that and actually start to win that fight. Meanwhile, Zagara's gonna end up falling on that bottom lane to the gank from the Diablo. And yeah, just looking pretty good for Break the Nexus. It's pretty even so far. Two kills for 2, but they're getting some damage done to this Immortal as the Diablo and the Stitches here by themselves coming to contest this. Diablo's just going to get absolutely blown up. Not too sure on the positioning choice there from Ardeo Red, but gonna end up falling. Getting stunned by that Immortal right there, the Karazim was. I'm not too sure like how that stun, he was out of that stun, absolutely, but may just clip the edge as the dashing strike went off, so a bit weird to see on the game there. Timing's a little off. Zagara potentially going to move in and defend this. She's put herself in a position where she can defend it if needed. But other than that, a little bit of an experience advantage to Break the Nexus, who are looking pretty strong at the start of this game. Rhaegar taking some damage at the start. Just going to have one chain heal. It's going to be enough to keep him up. Karazim just running, getting those right clicks off, healing up his team. We're going to have a lot of damage coming out. The Immortal not quite doing, landing his little AoE melee on the team. Almost hit the Karazim on the Muradin. Stuns coming down. Vala's doing just so much cover damage, just Reyna and Jaina. But they are right clicking her back, so you know, credit where credit's due. Damage is being done for both teams, but Zagara coming in from the back end, and she's just going to get picked up. Bit of mispositioning there from the Zagara, and it's now 3 for 3. Completely even game so far with a small experience advantage because of that Zagara soak going the way of Break the Nexus. And Jaina's going to end up falling in the top lane, I believe. The Vala having to back off after all the damage that happened in order to get that kill. Damage being done to the Immortals, pretty even. Going to go the way of Break the Nexus for now. Might see Ardeo Red though picking this up. We're going to have Rhaegar Hearthstoning back just before this next fight at the Immortals, just to get full mana. And I'm Jeebus, really good positioning here on this Muradin, blocking off the enemy team. Diablo and Stitches are going to come in with the Reyna back up the damage. Thrall's going to get hit, needs to turn around and just start right clicking and able to heal up through this, but he's going to get picked up A lot of damage happening from the Jaina and the Reyna, but Jaina's still chasing. Going to pick him up in the end, but Reyna's going to die for it. Jaina's going to die for it. Going to have Karazim in the middle of 3, also going to fall. Trying to protect his stall. Really, really good hook by the Stitches onto the Zagara. Might end up getting stunned by the Immortal. Doesn't quite. Vala's going to vault herself away. So much damage being done by the Rhaegar at this point. Muradin going to have to Dwarf Toss himself on. Might be able to land a stun onto the Rhaegar here. Not quite able to do so. There it is. There's the stun. Covering that him and the Vala's retreat. Going to have a hook by the Stitches. Rhaegar going back in on the Vala. Going to pick her up. But going to fall to the Muradin. Quite greedy. Very low health. And the Immortal of Ardeo Red is low and will fall first due to the Karazim and the Zagara. And in fact the Thrall all coming back alive after that fight. So a lot of engagement. 7 kills in favour of Break the Nexus. Ardeo Red only behind by 1 with that 6. Thrall maybe picking off the Jane here. A lot of cover damage coming down though from that Blizzard. Keep falling low. The Shadow Charge from the Diablo able to disrupt him though, and they're not able to get the Jane either. I'm Judas on that Muradin did use the Dwarf Toss already to try and engage on her, so there goes the Dwarf Toss again. There's nobody to Dashing Strike to as he's pushed away, got overpowered and then Shadow Charged. And it's too much. Whinge on the Zagara, knowing she needs to back off at this point, does so. And almost a full level advantage for Break the Nexus here. They're looking in an okay spot. And trading out a little bit of damage there. Pataman's going to get the raw end of the deal, as he does take a lot of damage from that Hydralisk. Whinge needs to worry about getting picked off here though, but in the meantime, Break the Nexus taking advantages where they can and just seizing up this bottom lane. Might look to do some damage on the floor. They're actually focusing this healing well a lot, which makes a lot of sense. I really love to see plays like this. Just they know that they can't quite kill the fort, so they're just going to kill the healing well, and that way they're going to win these kind of extended engagements around here. But the backstab almost happening. The Vala's going to get hit. Double stun by the Muradin. Everyone's going to retreat behind their gates. No, the Vala's going to get overpowered, but still have that vault. So really, really well played there. The perfect kind of retreat timing. Got out of it, barely, but they did. Break the Nexus, still have that level experience. The Zagara's actually just in this top lane and she takes a fort down. It was low health due to the Immortals. 7 kills for 7, but yeah. That's a fort, and that's a level and a little bit now as they hit level 9, Break the Nexus. They're winning this 4v4, and that Rhaegar might end up falling. He's going to take a lot of damage from the siege camp there. No Muradin stuns, no mana on Jeebus. And Jarflick with the Shadow Charge to stop the enemy team. He's just going to get body blocked and killed, so well played. And Break the Nexus going to get level 10. They are, again, a full level ahead with this fort. Hit level 10 and be a level and a half ahead, and that's just looking really, really good for them at this point. Stitch's hook is going to just pull the Thrall up against the building. Jane is doing what she can to recoup this experience deficit, but Break the Nexus looking really strong. Potential favourites to win this group as they bit of an established team. Of the tournaments I cast for Esports Wall, so check that out on esportswall.com. They've played for a couple times. I believe they won it a couple times, at least once anyway. So yeah, we know Break the Nexus are good. Ardeo Red largely untested in my experience I've not managed to cast them much at all. So see how they fare up. Doing really, really well though. It's a close game so far. 8 kills for 7. Immortals in defensive positions. And Ardeo Red, they're really, really trying to get that level 10. They're trying to get that soak up. They are defending, but they're not looking for a fight. And this is what they need to do, because Break the Nexus, at this point, they can look for a fight. They have that 10. They've got all their heroic abilities. We're going to see a Sundering come down any moment now from the Thrall. There's a really good place to land it on 3. There goes the Sundering. He's going to take out the Diablo and the Rhaegar. He really wanted to single out the Jaina there. Didn't put her in a good position for him, though. And Jarflin's going to get blocked off by that Devouring Maw, which did land on the Rhaegar. Got away somehow, but no, going to get followed up by those auto attacks from the Karazim. And this is going to be a second Immortal in favour of Break the Nexus. Well, they get the first half at least. Diablo's alive, Rhaegar will be in a few seconds, but they won't be able to fight this for a short time. Maybe some stall coming out from the Stitches and the Reyna. They've now hit level 10, so we've got that Putrid Bile, got the Hyperion. May see them come out just to cover the defense of this. Putrid Bile, there it is. Coming out to cover the defense, covering an area with it. Thrall's going to take a lot of damage from this, as is the Kharazim. In fact, we're going to have the Apocalypse come down. It's going to land on a few here. And Kharazim's going to get absolutely blown up. Phoenix on that Thrall going to be killed by the Reyna. I'm Jeebus, an amazing hook there from the Stitches, going to kill him off. And yeah, one fight. They got their heroics. They got a really good combo off. One fight for Ardeo Red. Break the Nexus. Losing their a lot of their advantage they've garnered. They're still a little bit ahead on experience, but probably going to end up losing this Immortal and the Stitches. Good hook on Winge, but no follow-up kill. Vala doing what she can, potentially trying to take this. Rhaegar's going to come defend this. Well played there, because Rhaegar does a lot of damage. He really needs to respect the fact that he can do that and just jump on you. Zagara needs to come down here and just start doing damage, because this Immortal, it's going to be close. It's actually going to be really close, and this looks like it's going to go in favour of Break the Nexus. We've got the Ancestral Healing coming on the Rhaegar, keeping himself alive, but yeah, Break Nexus barely eke out this one. The Immortal was just low enough for them to all respawn and come back and do enough damage to it, so well played by them. Good Ancestral keeping himself alive though. Patamat, it's going to be down for that full minute, but it's enough. I mean, really, really well played. Excited to see. Their experience is basically even. Small, like maybe a third of a level advantage for Break the Nexus. Lost that kind of full level they had at one point. Due to that lost team fight, we're going to have a good hook on the Thrall. He's going to walk himself away. Sundering might come down. Apocalypse going to land on a couple. Really looking for that Sundering. Hyperion's coming down, covering the area. Going to have stasis from the Kharazim onto himself. Really good devouring ball though, taking out two. Stitches has kind of caught himself in a bad spot and may end up falling. The Zagara's going to fall to the Hyperion. So, bit of a misplay by her staying in there. And Jaina's going to have enough burst damage to pick off the Muradin. This makes this a 5v3, and yeah, the Kharazim's going to fall, the Vala's going to fall. And it's just that Thrall left, who I don't know if he'll be able to get himself out. Yeah, there's the hook from the Stitches. Couldn't juke it. He's going to get overpowered in Shadow Charge, and whew, experience advantage now in Ardeo Red's hands. So they played this really well. They came back from a deficit. They've lost both Immortals. They've not taken any fort yet, but this will soon change that. Taking down this first fort down in bottom. And yeah, they're taking advantages when and where they can, and it's working out for them. Break the Nexus going to be all alive soon, so they're going to have to back off as Ardeo not quite fully alive yet. Going to have a good hook from Fluffy Milk on that Stitches, but we've got a full health and mannered up team basically of Break the Nexus. Really good Ancestral Healing come down from Diablo, saving him out. The Reyna's just doing so much damn damage to that Muradin. Rhaegar falling low, not able to get picked up. The Diablo Shadow charging to cover his team, but he'll probably end up dying for this. There he goes. Good hook by the Stitches onto the Kharazim. Wanted to land on the Muradin, didn't quite hit the mark. And now Break the Nexus. Swings and roundabouts, guys. It's just going back and forth, back and forth. They're pushing for this keep now. I'm worried for Ardeo Red again, because yes, they're starting to win these fights. Break the Nexus, they have that push advantage. The Hyperion comes down, no hook, the hook does not connect. And I'm Jeebus on that Muradin. Just be able to back himself up. His passive's going to kick him at any second now, and he's going to heal himself up. Meanwhile, obviously Diablo died, and Stitch is going to have to back himself up. So hard camp's being taken for both teams. Creep being spread by the Zagara, just to give a little bit of vision. You see all these three new creep tumors. Vision around the middle is going to be important, and going to see a defensive posture for both teams. It's kind of equal positions, but just from where the teams were, it's going to be defensive because that's where the hard camp pushes up. I'd like to see Break the Nexus come down here and just clear up this hard camp and then look to take on a fight, but they're going to be fighting around the Immortals. The Apocalypse actually lands on the Thrall. We're going to have the Stasis come out though. The Divine Palm being really, really well timed. Got that massive Putrevar coming out from the Stitches, just doing so much damage. Zagara's going to fall, the overpower, the Devouring Maul's actually going to come down before she dies. I'm Jeebus on that Muradin, going to fall to the Reyna most likely. Not quite the Ancestral Healing keeping the Stitches alive, barely. Patamat on that Rhaegar doing so much work. That's why he's banned a lot of these games, and the Kharazim going to be able to dashing strike himself away, just about surviving that. But I'm Jeebus now on this Muradin, he's come back in. He's got a lot of health, but barely not killing the Jaina, having to back himself away now. It's 1 for 1. And the Immortals have not taken any damage, really. I'm Jeebus on that Muradin. Gonna take some damage from the Reyna, get the stun out. The Rhaegar gonna be able to walk himself away. And he's gonna have a half back. Jaina, they can see, is up in the top lane, defending that. Stitch is the only person now here, and it does mean that Break the Nexus gonna have a good kind of damage lead onto Ardeo Red's Immortal. The Hyperion comes down, they're just gonna back off. Well played by Break the Nexus. Don't mind retreating for this. They've got a damage lead, they're gonna defend up against this hard camp. They have a keep down as well. They are massively like ahead in push. And they can just come down and clean up the rest of this half of the Immortal. Hook completely whiffing from point blank range, it's fine. Zagara's going to get slowed and actually stunned by that Immortal, and she's going to end up falling. The Jaina slows, not to be underestimated. Going to have the Apocalypse come down, not land on anyone, but the Vala's just taking so much damage. The Karasin's not there, he's going to have to dashing strike. He gets the stasis off. Thrall's going to die in the background though. And just a full-on retreat from Break the Nexus here with 2 now dead. Vala going to get hooked. She doesn't have enough mana for Volt, she's dead. And yeah, going to have Karasin shadow charged away, overpowered back and over the wall. That's going to be 4 down. Break the Nexus. Ardeo Red just sent the Reyna back to do damage to the Mortal, and this is going to catch him up on the damage and in fact overtake. Going to have Muradin hooked and have to Dwarf toss himself out. Trying to defend this keep. Going to do so. I don't think the keep will end up falling here at all, but it's going to take some damage. In fact, Diablo's committing to this. But with the Zagara coming alive, they'll have to back pretty soon, and yeah. There goes Jaina. Backed off to help the Reyna. Damage now hugely in favour of Ardeo Red as this Immortal's going to fall, and yeah, there's not really much more they can do at this point. They've lost the Immortal, which is going to push in top. They still have this fort up top. That's so big for Break the Nexus with this late game Immortal. And yeah, there it goes. First Immortal in favour of Ardeo Red, who annoyingly for me are on the blue team. So Stitches probably going to have to back off to get mana, just like the Jaina has done. And yeah, a little bit of a defense coming out here on the bottom lane. Clear that wave, let it push out, and then go up top and pick up the Immortal. But Zagara getting caught out again. I'm actually just going to see how often she's died here. 6 times. So many deaths on that Zagara. She's been out of position so much. It's not really been ideal for Break the Nexus. Zagara really needs to position herself safer. May end up just throwing the game for her team here. But they need her. They need the Devouring Maw to lock out a couple members. Hyperion coming down, fighting with this Immortal. They've taken the fort already. Immortal Shield's finally gone down. Good hook onto the Muradin. He's not Dwarf tossing himself out yet. The Apocalypse coming down. Thrall taking so much damage. The Sundering though, keeping himself alive, just kind of covering his retreat. The Divine Palm not doing anything. Just whiffing. The Thrall's able to get some heals off. The Muradin Dwarf tossing himself into danger. Karasin's going to end up falling though. Is he? Maybe? Yeah, no, he didn't quite fall. So good Devouring Maw. Only landing on 1 though. But Jaina, like, I mean, the entire team of Ardeo Red are so low at this point. And they do end up picking up the Reyna. And in fact, they're going to get the Jaina, who does a Blizzard cover damage just to kind of a Dying Wish. The core's taking a lot of damage though. We're on 50% now. Rhaegar's dead. Diablo's doing what he can to try and win this out, but it's not going to be enough. And Jarflip's going to fall 31% on the core. And Break the Nexus, they need to push bottom. They need to push bottom now. Diablo, he's alive because of his traits. Stitch has managed to Hearthstone his way back. But, I mean, they've got about 20 seconds, or no, about 25-30 seconds before Ardeo Red can really contest this. They're just gonna, they may look to power through the middle. They're going to take this hard camp. I really don't know about the decision. They should be pressing the issue. They can take the Stitch's Diablo. They really can. Muradin's coming in now after spawning quite late. And I think they've lost this advantage of winning that team fight. They're a level behind as well. They're not going to hit 21st. Break the Nexus. Commit. Come on. You're going to lose otherwise. And no, everyone's alive now. The Rhaegar will be up in a couple seconds. I was going to say a few seconds then. Almost came out as a swear word. It's fine. And yeah. Lost that advantage. They're still a level behind despite winning that team fight. And I don't know why Break the Nexus didn't push there. They could have pushed, done some damage to the core. They could have even just gone top and cleaned out that gate. Maybe even got the keep. That would have helped with the experience deficit. Zagara taking this hard camp. Just going to be able to do it. But probably going to get picked off again. Yep. Absolutely obliterated. She's dead for 55 seconds. That's so much without your Zagara. And you need that Devouring Maw to protect the core because guess what? Ardeo Red, they're Hyperioning up. They're just going to go and take the core. We're going to have all the ultimate heroics come out for Ardeo Red, and they're just going to focus that core, and it's going to fall. GG, well played. Break the Nexus. Falling. So maybe Ardeo Red's favourite to win this group. We'll see, but 1-0 in this best of 2 for Ardeo Red.